Welcome to Chat With Me. I'm your host, Robin Hoffman, and I am so proud to have with us today Jennifer Napier.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm so glad you're here because as soon as I found out about the organization you work for, I thought, why haven't I heard of this? Why haven't I heard of Kids House? And I want people to know about this organization. So do me a favor, since you are an advocate, tell me about the Kids House program.
Well, Kids House is a 501c3 here in the community. It's a nonprofit. Basically, we are a one-stop shop for child abuse here in Seminole County. So we have 4 programs located underneath our building. We have our child protection team, our medical department, the child advocate department, and the mental health team. Previously, if there was an allegation of abuse, children had to maybe go to the police department to be interviewed. And then if they needed a medical exam, then they may have had to go to the hospital. And this could all happen in the middle of the night.
Right.
And then there was nobody to link them up to services.
Okay.
So it was very disjointed, and they may not have gotten counseling or known that there were counseling resources out there for them. So we have all of those programs under one roof here in Seminole County.
That is unbelievable. It's one of those things where you hate that it has to exist, but it's just so amazing that you have that, because like you said, all of these pieces and parts have to happen. And when you're that vulnerable and you've been traumatized in some way, you don't have to fight for every little piece. And the fact that they can come to you. So how do they get to you? How do they get referred to the Kids House?
When a report is called into the child abuse hotline, that will go to our child protective services in Seminole County. They have certain cases that they have to refer to us, to our child protection team. And so in order to get an interview or a medical exam, they come in that route. For the child advocate department, which is the department that I am the program director of, we can get referrals from any outside sources. So if the family doesn't come through for a forensic interview or a medical exam, let's say maybe mom just moved to town and needs some services, then she can give us a call. We get referrals from our law enforcement partners here in Seminole County as well. They may not have a criminal case, but then they said, you know what, this family needs some help. We need to get them some services placed into the home. Or we get them directly from our mental health department as well. So we get them, our department gets them from a myriad of resources.
Right, all different areas. So what is your part in the Kids House?
Well, the child advocate department is the support system for the family. So the minute they walk in the door, we're greeting them, making sure they feel comfortable up front, answering any questions that they may have, and just walking through the whole process with them. So from the start of the investigation when they come in our doors, and we can go all the way through prosecution with them if needed.
Wow.
We don't have a time frame for keeping our cases open, so we can stay with the family as long as needed.
And that's incredible, because all those different parts that you were saying before, all the different organizations that they have to go to, whether it's the police or the other, they have limited time.
Right.
You are saying that you're open and you do not ever have to close their case. You can stay with them as long as they need it.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right. And we like to let the families know of that we're the point person for them, because sometimes they don't understand if law enforcement's closing the case out or child protective services is closing the case out, and then they feel kind of maybe not abandoned, but kind of left alone after all this has happened to them. We can stay with them until we feel like that they have enough support, outside support systems. So whether it's maybe setting up counseling, maybe it's setting up other faith-based organizations with them, or maybe it's just identifying their strength and their friends and their families for them.
Right. And that's awesome, because that's how they move forward. That's how they heal. How do you individually, yourself, deal with this? I mean, you're hearing horrifying stories on a daily basis, and I love that you can walk with them, and that's certainly helpful for them, but hearing all of this has to weigh on you at some point. How do you cope, or what do you do?
Well, I think because if you ever come to Kids House, and I'd like to invite you to come for a
I
tour.
would love to come.
So, but you'll hear the kiddos in the hall laughing, and it's not a sad place. It's very happy, it's warm, and just knowing that they heal from it at the end of the day, and that there are the right people in place, whether it's Child Protective Services, the law enforcement partners that are bringing them, and or Kids House and our staff that are so dedicated, that I know that they're going to be okay.
Yeah, you're
at
just
the end
such
of the
a
day.
such a blessing for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's great because you know this from this point on, now they're safe and now they can move forward. That's amazing. So it is a fun place to be when, if you have to be anywhere and cope with this, it's nice to have people involved. That's amazing. How long have you been doing this?
I've been there for 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm saying wow as I say it out loud.
That's amazing. 13 years, really.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And God bless you. That's just amazing. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what the Kids House does. So how can people either get involved if they want to volunteer or donate or even just see what you guys do?
Well, they can always just give us a call or go to our website and check us out. We're on Facebook as well, Instagram, and follow us that way as well.
It's just Kids House.
It's www.kidshouse.org.
Okay.
And our phone number is 407-324-3036. So we have lots of volunteer opportunities. We have lots of outreach events that we do for the families. So there's opportunities to come out and do a craft table or just to donate, donate supplies, to donate monetarily to an event, just to Kids House in general.
That's awesome. And if somebody's in an unfortunate situation that they need that kind of support, same thing. That's how they can get to you, is through any of those outlets, through phone, through social media. Any recommendations on that?
Probably the best one would be through phone and then ask for the advocate department.
Okay.
And then we can start talking to them and finding out what's going on and where's the best place for them.
Yes, and know that there's a team of people out there willing to help. I love that. That's awesome. Is there anything else that you feel that people should know, or?
That Kids House is just a great place in the community for our kiddos and for our families, and I'm very proud to work there. I'm very proud that I've had this opportunity for 13 years to be there too. And you know, I'd like to see us grow and get bigger. So thank you for having us and bringing the awareness to us as well, because I hear that often. We didn't know you were there, or we thought you were a daycare, because if you drive by, it's very child friendly.
Yes, which it should be, and it needs to be inviting for these kids.
Yeah, so any way that we can get out there in the community and spread awareness of who we are, what we do, and what we're doing for our community and how we serve, then it's just, icing on the cake for us.
Oh, that's awesome. Jennifer, thank you so much for what you do, and thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. You guys check out Kids House, get involved, volunteer, donate, whatever you can do. And if you need their services, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care of yourselves, and don't forget to take care of each other.